Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio December 16, 2022. Today's transits remind you to slow down and consider your unmet needs before pushing forward. Feeling deflated temporarily can seem a nuisance now, but it could also give you pause to rethink certain plans or goals in creative ways. Wishful thinking can interfere with clarity, making it wise to reserve judgment if promises are made or things appear to be moving in a different direction. Still, it can be difficult to fully back a decision, as there is a sense that something is exaggerated or magnified, good or bad. There is a tendency to complicate your life when keeping things simple would serve you better. Dark vibes await you most of all today. You will feel like you've been covered in chains and have been tossed into the abyss of the ocean, never to be found again. As you look up and see the flickering light of the sky fade, it could feel like the water is choking your lungs. This is because the mighty sun in your solar first house of identity, your zodiac sign, has gone to war in a square with the ruler of the deep, Neptune. This meeting of fire and water will bring no victor. Beware of confusion, deception, insecurity, and conflict everywhere you turn, especially around home or family matters. Spend some time meditating and digging deep into your heart rather than engaging with others today. You'll soon be freed of the darkness. What do you need in your work and life balance to feel self-assured? It might be time to put your personal and professional needs first when the moon enters Virgo while the sun in your sign squares Neptune in Pisces. There is a lack of structure or boundaries with your work and life balance that may cause more stress if you do not address the problem. You might come to this realization if it becomes apparent that you have bitten off more than you can chew. Scale back on your commitments to feel more steady and stable. Just having the moon in your career sector in the heart of the working week was going to be an advantage, and not just professionally. The moon's monthly visits will always see the moon form a friendly aspect to Pluto in your income sector as well as to forces on the job front. However, in the heart of Venus and Mercury's first full week in your income sector, this is a chance to kick off a lucrative new chapter with confidence. The more time you spend looking at your diet and exercise needs, the easier it becomes to think of things that will improve your quality of life. For instance, when you spend a few weeks doing regular yoga workouts and drinking copious amounts of water, you will naturally feel ready to minimize certain foods in your diet, such as white flour and dairy. The body asks for what it wants. If you can increase your ability to listen, you will be in good shape. It's a great day to go out and have a little fun. Given that this is a day you're not apt to be overly productive, anyhow. You'll probably notice that your concentration isn't up to snuff, and that your thoughts tend to drift. This is because the essence of this day encourages social contact and laughter as much as possible. In fact, take things at the pace that comes naturally if you have to work today, but make some recreational plans for this evening. You need the break. What a difference a week can make. It was this time last week that the sun was not only under pressure from one of the most powerful full moons of 2022 but from Mars. A week on, thanks to a friendly aspect to the moon yesterday and another that begins with the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos, today there is a chance to move into the final 7 days of your birthday month with a lot more confidence. As bumpy as things may have got last week, this has opened your mind to a whole new sense of what's possible. What makes a friendly aspect between the sun, as he moves into his final 7 days in Sagittarius, and the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos in your romantic sector, is the timing. This will boost both your personal and romantic confidence as you move into the last week of your birthday month, but just as Eris is preparing for lucky Jupiter's return to your romantic sector next week. Our eyes in the sky. Themes today revolve around passion, activity, optimism, and the way energy moves. Be aware of your personal boundaries, and remove yourself from any situation in which people don't respect your thoughts or voice. Confusion could hang fairly thick in the air, so try not to get immersed in situations that don't make sense to you. Watch out for gaslighting behavior in yourself and others, and don't let anyone invalidate your feelings with conversational gymnastics. Intensify contacts to people, because they find you particularly likable right now. Plan your leisure time with family and good friends, and most importantly, make your plans together. You might feel like ringing up an old friend. The time is perfect to revive and strengthen old ties. This will make it easy for you to make new contacts and maybe even lifelong friendships. You may feel that others are acting unusually. You must quietly accept their conduct and not get upset if things temporarily don't go your way. Maybe you're more irritable and easily upset by things that have not mattered for a long time, or possibly the answer is just a simple case of getting some much-needed rest. The desire to break free from restrictive situations is real today, and you might have trouble focusing on tasks at work or school. Remember to ground yourself and focus on your breath if you feel overwhelmed. Use the energy today to set your intention to pursue your wildest dreams, but don't take any drastic action now. The lunar energy can be unpredictable and unstable, so expect the unexpected today and try not to let people or situations get the better of you. After midnight, the moon enters Virgo, exiting its void of course which began yesterday morning. During this lunar period, we achieve emotional equilibrium via organizational or logistical efforts. We want our lives to run as efficiently as possible, and are attracted to systems that mitigate stressors. Over the next 2 days, we look for ways to be of service to others. This can be a very productive time, ideal for decluttering our surroundings and getting routines in good working order. However, with such high standards, we can also be especially critical of others and ourselves. Whatever you take on seems to work out well, and everyone who you come into contact with admires the enthusiasm and expertise you show, giving a welcome boost to your self-confidence. Make sure you respect those who admire you and don't behave in an egotistical way. You may still need their continuing support if things do not turn out as expected. Go out and enjoy life to the full. You exude an inner calm and spontaneity that others find irresistible, so join in activities with them. Start a new hobby or visit an old friend. Whatever you do, reflect and find out what's been on your mind. Unable to connect with others as easily as normal, you feel misunderstood, deciding those around you are behaving unacceptably. It is important to allow some distance between you, rather than have endless discussions. Incorporate their point of view and feelings, which ultimately enhances your relationship. After sunup, the Sagittarius Sun squares off with Neptune in Pisces, facilitating self-deception. We might feel guilty, ashamed, or paranoid about actions taken, even if they don't warrant such scrutiny. As our self-esteem takes a nosedive, those with malicious intent recognize our vulnerable state and may seek to exploit it. We risk placing our faith in bad actors and becoming gullible to their schemes. If possible, avoid making deals or important decisions today. Steer clear of mind-altering or addictive substances. Expect misunderstandings or misdiagnoses. This is a better transit to use for artistic or creative experimentation than spiritual studies or divinatory practices.